basketball, looking for their first points, working against this zone defense. And we have an offensive foul away from the ball. Did you see it, Coach?
I did not see it.
I think it was on, maybe it was on Caitlin Wilkes. I'm not sure. No, they're going to give it to Pritchett instead. Something underneath happened with Pritchett and Wilkes, and I'm not sure.
And it was away from the ball. So.
Yep. So Clarke will have the basketball. Chance to build on their already outstanding start. Culbertson over to McDermott, back to Culbertson. Campbellsville, they look also to be in a zone. Oh, are they in a zone? Yeah, they're in a zone.
Yeah, 1-2-2.
Yep. Remember that from the first time. Shot clock at 10. Here's a drive by Nichols. Kicks it out to Culbertson in the high post. That's Kelchin. Kelchin swings it over to Maya Merschman. And that jumper is good.
I thought for sure you'd see a timeout there, but.
Maya Merschman off the bench. Here's a three try from Pritchett, knocks it down. Courtney Pritchett puts Campbellsville on the board. 10-3 in favor of Clarke. Merschman off the bench right away for the Pride, and now a turnover. First turnover for either team. And the basketball will go back to Campbellsville. 10-3 is our score. Just over 7 minutes gone left in this first quarter. Bringing it up is Lee. Lee, they'll swing it over to Pedigo. Pedigo is kind of a weave right now on the perimeter. Lee thought about the three. They were leaving her open. Now they'll contest it a little bit. Outside Pritchett. Pritchett able to shoot three. She just hit one inside Wilkes. A lot of contact, but she gets the bucket to fall and a foul.
And she does a nice job of finishing through contact. You know, the first game that we had them, she was contested the whole game and played through a lot of contact. She does a great job of finishing through contact.
Caitlin Wilkes, 6'2" junior for Campbellsville, will go to the line for a chance for an and one. Wilkes averaging a team-high 16 points per game. First team all-conference. She was the player of the year in the conference, the Mid-South Conference, and converts the and one. 10-6, six straight scored by Campbellsville, answering the 10-0 run to start the game by Clarke. And the corner goes. Here's a three try by the Pride, and it's Culbertson who knocks it down from the corner. Clarke's second three of the game. Clarke and now McDermott all have threes. Basketball in Pedigo's hands. Pedigo. First sub coming in, Elizabeth Bertram. She has the basketball for Campbellsville. Bertram on the wing, looking inside, giving Wilkes a look. She'll give Wilkes another touch. Wilkes backs her way in. This one too strong. Loose ball picked up by Clarke. Clarke off to the races. It's McDermott. She fires it into the corner. Here's Meshman for three. In and out, no good. And over the back call against Caitlin Wilkes. Clarke had good position, and Wilkes will be whistled for her second.
Yeah, she did a great job of finding body first, knew where the ball was at, finding body, putting the body on.
So Caitlin Wilkes, leading scorer for Campbellsville, picks up two early fouls. She will have to come out, replacing her, Kayla Luby, 6'2" junior. They don't lose any length with Luby at 6'2". She played well in the opening game as well. And now a steal comes up by Campbellsville. Pritchett into the front court. Pritchett. Down low, they're looking for Luby and a reach-around foul. That's going to be against Merschman for Clarke. Maya Merschman with the foul. Her first, team second. It'll be Campbellsville throwing it in underneath. Into the game also. Abby Boyle is out there, Kayla Luby. Also Elizabeth Bertram, one of the subs for Campbellsville. They'll go 9 players deep. Little up and under move by Luby, shot no good, rebounded by Clarke. Culbertson with the basketball. Throws it up top, Ubel, free throw line jumper, she hit one, now it's 2 from that spot. Ubel with 4, and here's a timeout. Timeout called by Ginger Colvin, Campbellsville head coach, as Clarke out to an early lead, 15-6, 5:20 left to go in the first quarter. Clarke in the early going, they are 6 of 7, have missed just 1 field goal.
And that's, of course, Clarke gets out to 10-0 lead, and of course Campbellsville didn't panic and was able to go on a run of their own, but Clarke was able to put together a couple baskets here, like back-to-back, and it's going to be huge to see just what just what Wilkes does, and she went out of the game with 2 early fouls, and that could be a huge factor in this game for sure.
So Campbellsville will call a timeout, just a 30-second timeout. Boyle, Pedigo, Pritchett, 3 starters out there, along with a couple of subs, Bertram and Luby. Clarke's going to extend that zone look. 2-guard front up top. Pedigo splits that 2-guard front. Puts it out to Bertram. Bertram, here's Pritchett. Pritchett, back to Bertram. Down to 10 seconds on the shot clock. Up top, Pedigo. She'll try a 3, no good. Offensive rebound by Luby, loses it, and it's picked up by Clarke. Clarke with the basketball. Checking in was Izzy Peterson, 5'5" junior, and a bucket by number 24. That was Merschman again, and Clarke extends their lead to 17-6. Clarke, it's been all pride early on. Here's an elbow jumper by Boyle, knocks it down. Maddie Boyle with the jumper.
Much needed basket by Boyle.
17-8, little hesitation dribble by Peterson. Peterson kicks it out to Merschman. Merschman swings it back over to Peterson. Wide open underneath, laying it up for 2 is Taylor Haase.
And that's the difference in Wilkes and Luby right now is it's like she is more athletic in the post as far as defense goes.
Haase with back-to-back buckets, junior from Freedom, Wisconsin. Clarke out to a 19-8 lead. Campbellsville, the top seed in this bracket, the number 2 seed overall, and a turnover. Stolen away by Ubel. Clarke will bring it across the timeline. McDermott has it. McDermott kicks it up top to Peterson. Here's Ubel. Ubel puts it on the deck. Off the glass, 2 more.
She's automatic, I'm telling you.
Ubel 3 for 3 from the floor. She's got 6 points. Again, she's the player we're keeping an eye on. She needed 14 to become the school's all-time leading scorer. She's already got 6. 21-8 is the score. All Clarke early on. Into the paint, Pritchett, little floater, shot no good. Offensive rebound, Luby, and she brought it down. It's taken away by Clarke, but a reach-in foul. Is this going to be on the floor? No, Luby's going to the line. So Kayla Luby will go to the free throw line. Wholesale changes for both teams. Sarah Sutton for Campbellsville checks in for the first time, a 5'10 junior. Lauren Lee back in for Campbellsville. And for Clarke, Nichols back in. Here's the first free throw from Luby. First one is up and good. Drops through after hitting the front of the rim. Luby on the season. Free throw shooter, 72%, averaging 7 points per game, and she makes them both.
She's got a funny little hitch in her free throw shot, but whatever works, because they both went in, so.
21-10 is the score. Culbertson returns for Clarke. She has the basketball. Over to Nichols. Here's Culbertson. Culbertson kicks it up top. Peterson looking to get it inside. Pass knocked away, stolen away by Lauren Lee. Lee on the drive for Campbellsville. Shot no good. And the rebound tracked down in the corner by Clarke. Pushing tempo is Peterson. Peterson into the corner. McDermott, open 3, no. Rebound, nice rebound on the weak side by Sarah Sutton. And here comes Campbellsville. Bertram will take it across the timeline. 2:30 to go. Here's Sutton for 3. Short. No, it falls through.
Got the roll. Nice touch.
Front of the rim and then drops through. 21-13 after that 3 by Sarah Sutton. Clarke will try to answer. Nichols with the basketball on the weak side. Over to Haase, lays it up for 2. Count the basket and an and 1.
And Pritchard overplayed that time and was going to give her a wide open layup, and so last ditch effort there, she had to grab a hold of her, and again able to put that shot up off the glass with the opposite hand and going to the line for the 3-point play.
Haase already with 6 points coming off the bench, averaging close to 10 points per game, a 62% free throw shooter, and the and 1 is good. So Haase with 7. Good minutes off the bench for head coach Courtney Boyd. Haase checks out, and McKelchin back in, the 6-foot senior starter. Both of these teams will rotate players, about 9-10 players deep. Incredible balance if you look at their scoring totals on the season. Here's Sutton, turnaround jumper in the lane, no good. With good position is Kelchin with the rebound. Over to Culbertson. Culbertson ahead to McDermott. Here's Ubel. Ubel makes the extra pass. Mickles, 3, no. Battle for the rebound, and it's picked up by Culbertson. Culbertson shovels it in the corner. McDermott, she'll try a 3, no. Another rebound controlled by Clarke. Dribbling it out of trouble is Culbertson. Oh, down low, Kelchin, who lays it up off the glass, no. And the rebound goes out of bounds. Boy, I feel like Campbellsville dodged a couple of bullets there.
Wow, you can't give them that many tries and think that they're going to miss all those like every single time down the floor. They've got to rebound the basketball.
9 rebounds, a 9-3 advantage, now a 10-3 advantage in terms of total rebounds for Clarke. That and your shooting percentage is the key right now. With the basketball, this is Bertram. Bertram to Sutton. She already hit a 3. Tries to hit another. That one rims out, no good. Rebound tracked down by Clarke. And Clarke throws it away, looking to get it in transition into the hands of Lee. Lee with the basketball. Spin dribble in the lane. A little bit of contact, knocked to the ground, and we're going to have a foul. Lauren Lee will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Lauren Lee, the sophomore from Liberty, Kentucky, with the steal and takes it the other way, puts it up. Draws a foul on Clarke. Each team with 4 team fouls. Courtney Pritchett will return for Campbellsville. Lauren Lee at the free throw line, 2-time all-conference player. 82% from the line, leads the team with 204 assists.
Probably not the person you want to put at the line if you're playing against her.
No. Fourth quarter time, I think you try to deny her the basketball and force it out of her hands if you can.
As her teammate, you're saying, here, take the basketball.
Please
Absolutely.
Take this. And Lee, as we talk, makes the first free throw, nothing but net. And the second one for the sophomore guard, Lee, is good as well. Looks pretty smooth there, Coach. 24-15. It's a 9-point Clarke lead with a minute left to go in this first quarter. Clarke with the basketball inside. Ubel misses the jumper. Gets her own rebound. Tries it again. No good. Another offensive rebound. This time grabbed by McDermott, who lays it up and in. Clarke continues to dominate the boards, both on the offensive and defensive end. 26-15 Clarke. Here's a 3 by Bertram. Knocks it down. Elizabeth Bertram with her first basket, the third 3 for Campbellsville, 26-18. Inside it goes, Kelchin turns and faces, aggressive double team. Kelchin is going to get picked up. Shot by McDermott, no good. And taking the rebound away is Maddie Nally, a 6'2 sophomore. Campbellsville gets a Scott before the quarter. They'll have the last possession most likely, trailing by 8, 26-18. Holding for 1, Lee with the ball in her hands. Clarke still in that zone. Sutton, free throw line jumper, no good. Rebound grabbed by Kelchin, and that's going to do it for the first quarter. Last second heave off the mark. And at the end of the first quarter, Clarke, the number 2 seed, leading the top seed, Campbellsville, 26-18. We'll be back after a 1-minute timeout. You're watching the NAIA Women's Basketball National Championship.
The thing I love about Clarke is that you're never just one thing. I'm not just a student. I'm a future doctor. I'm an athlete on a history-making team. I'm a community member supporting the causes I care about. I'm a friend, a neighbor, a leader. At Clarke, you can become anything. What will you be? Be you at CU.
Welcome back to the Tyson Event Center. End of the first quarter. It is Clarke University with a 26-18 lead over Campbellsville in this Dewar Quadrant quarterfinal. The winner will advance to the semis on Friday. And Coach, 26-18, what impressed you about Clarke in that first quarter?
Oh man, just their ability to push the basketball every single time, trying to force them left defensively is what they're trying to do out of that zone, and did a good job of it for most of that quarter.
By the numbers, Clarke shooting 58% compared to 31% for Campbellsville. Big Edge rebounding, 14-5 right now is the advantage for Clarke. It'll be Campbellsville basketball, and the high post is Lee. Left hand side to Pedigo, and a turnover there. We'll give it to the Pride to start the second quarter. 26-18, Clarke led from the opening tip. They scored the first 10 points of the game, and they kind of started this way in their first round matchup here in the round of 16 against Lewis Clark State. Never trailed in that one either. Clarke with the basketball. Both teams playing a zone. Campbellsville now matched up, I think, man-to-man. They started in a zone. Here's a drive by Merschman, knocked out of bounds. Clarke will stay with it, and will throw it in from underneath.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how long Wilkes stays on the bench with those 2 fouls.
Another one of the lead stories in terms of storylines. Inbounds pass, there's a little floater, and Gianna Mickles puts it up and in. She's got 5, and the lead back up to 10, 28-18. 3 by Campbellsville, no good. Offensive rebound, however, by Sutton. Sutton falling away, loose ball, still loose, and it's picked up by the Pride. No numbers. Slowing it up will be Merschman. Merschman gets it into the hands of Culbertson. Culbertson will direct traffic. Campbellsville setting up their man-to-man defense. Up top to Kelchin. Kelchin to Merschman. Merschman take the 3. Now kicks it back to Culbertson. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Culbertson launches a long 3. Shot no good. And the rebound taken away by Pedigo. Pedigo just took that away from Kelchin. Go to Lee. Lee on the drive, picks up her dribble, kicks it out to Sutton. Sutton back up top to Boyle, and Campbellsville will reset. That's Pedigo. Right side to Maddie Nally. They'll swing it back over to Pedigo. Pedigo to Boyle. 4 seconds to shoot. Hearing a shot clock violation. Pedigo will let it fly. And that did not hit the rim. A shot clock violation. Good defense by Clarke on that possession.
Well, that was great. I mean, and Clarke basically just pushed Campbellsville out higher and higher. So if they were going to get a shot off, it was going to have to be a heave for sure, and then it just didn't hit the rim there. But they did a great job defensively that time.
Elizabeth Bertram checking back in for Campbellsville. Another zone look this time by Campbellsville. Merschman with the basketball. Merschman over to Mickles. Mickles sends it over to Culbertson. Culbertson penetrates that zone. Now a kick to McDermott. No good. Good look. Nice find by Culbertson, who tracks down the long rebound. Into the corner. Merschman. She'll try a 3. That didn't draw iron. Shot clock was winding down after both of those 3s.
That was about 3 seconds on the shot clock.
Pedigo has it in the front court. Down low to Luby, who gets it to go. Luby with the bucket. Got 4. Campbellsville within 8, and a blocking foul called against Campbellsville. That's Bertram whistled for the foul. Her first, team's first of the quarter. And more players checking in for Clarke. Ozzie returns, as does Tina Ubel.
And that was a block, I'm going to tell you, but not by much.
It was one of those 50-50 almost, you know?
Yep.
Both coaches could present an argument arguing for their point. Clarke with the basketball. Inside it goes to Hazy. Hazy tried to kick it out, lost it. Stolen away by Campbellsville. 28-20. Campbellsville could cut it to 6 with a bucket or 5 with a 3. Pedigo, good defense. Knocked away by Ubel. Ubel with the forcing the turnover. Up top it goes. That's Mickles. Mickles throws the lob. Catching traffic. Ubel can't get it to go. And coming down with a rebound was Maddie Nally, and she's fouled by Clarke. All charged to Clarke. That is their first foul. First one on Ubel. Hazi's got 2 for Clarke. Culbertson also with 1. Nobody with more than 2 right now for either team. Up top it goes. This is Nally. Nally over to Bertram. Bertram to Nally. Nally on the baseline. Really looking inside. They're trying to get it inside, but having a hard time of it with the Clarke defense.
Well, and they're still chasing them right and trying to force them back left. So just doing a great job defensively right now is Clarke.
28-20 is the score. Each team has scored just once in this second quarter. Missed 3 in the corner by Sutton. Rebound tracked down by Culbertson. Culbertson has the basketball for the Pride. Up top to Ubel. Ubel with 6 first quarter points. Into McDermott, and McDermott dumps it down low to Hazi, who lays it up for 2.
Well, and they pass the ball so well.
Little high-low play. McDermott down low to Hazi. Hazi with 9 off the bench. She's the leading scorer in this one. Up top it goes to Lee. Lee to Sutton. Sutton on the wing. Up top to Bertram. Bertram looking to drive in, and a foul called against Clarke. That'll go against McDermott. McDermott with her first, team second of the quarter with 5:43 left to go. Checking in for Clarke will be Maya Merschman. Merschman in, McDermott out. And going to the line will be Elizabeth Bertram. Bertram, a sophomore from Glasgow, Kentucky, has 3 points, a 3-pointer earlier in this one. First free throw's up and good. Campbellsville right now, I'm going to do it, Coach. 6 for 6 from the free throw line right now in this one.
Good.
Oh, no jinx that time.
There you go. Today might be your day.
Might be my day. Bertram makes them both. She's got 5. The lead is 8 for Clarke, and they have the basketball. Culbertson swings it over on the right-hand side. That's Ubel who throws up the shot. Long rebound tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Clarke, and we'll go to Campbellsville.
Trying to figure out why Merschman didn't go get that basketball. Did she not see it go off her teammate's hand?
She must not have.
Wow.
She had a chance to grab that.
She definitely could have gotten it.
Yeah, she did give the referee kind of a surprise look that was going this way. So Campbellsville with the basketball, chance to cut into the 8-point Clarke lead here. Pedigo with it. Pedigo over to Sutton. Sutton 3. Bang. Got it. Sarah Sutton with her second 3. And the lead is down to 5 for Clarke. Clarke, their scoring is cut down here. And good find. Merschman is fouled as she goes on the baseline. Merschman will go to the line to shoot 2. Undercut on the way down. Merschman will go to the line to shoot 2.
Well, and that's just that's a tough position to be in. I don't know if she falls. Maybe she gets the offensive foul. But that wasn't the case. So
Merschman sinks the first free throw. 31-25. Ends a little mini 5-0 run by Campbellsville. Merschman makes them both. And the lead up to 7, 32-25. Scoring has slowed down here in the second quarter. 26-18 at the end of 1. We're over halfway through, and 32-25. Do the math, it's 7-6 now in this quarter. Lee will reset with 10 seconds to shoot. Left side Bertram. Bertram on the drive and is fouled. Fouled by Clarke. That's Mickles with the foul. And Bertram will go back to the free throw line to shoot 2 more free throws. Nally returns to the lineup. Comes in for Sarah Sutton, who hit a couple of threes for Campbellsville. Bertram with 5 points, 3-pointer, a couple of free throws. This one no good. First miss from the free throw line for Campbellsville. 7 of 8 now from the line. And the second one is good. Bertram with 3 of 4 free throws. The lead down to 6, 32-26. Clarke with the lead and the basketball. Here's Culbertson. Culbertson swings it out over to Mickles. Mickles to Merschman. In the corner to Mickles. Mickles on the baseline. Ubel swings it over back to Merschman. Loose ball. Players diving after it. Great hustle. And now a blocking foul against Skylar Culbertson. And just like that, Campbellsville can cut it to 4 with a bucket. Campbellsville has turned up their defense. Clarke's offense is not easy right now for Clarke.
Well, you know, I think in the first quarter, they were able to get into transition whenever they wanted. So Campbellsville, they've done a nice job of picking up early now and taking that opportunity away.
That is the second foul against Skylar Culbertson. Replacing her will be Izzy Peterson, the 5'5 junior. Played some minutes in the first quarter. Here's Lee with the basketball at the elbow. Right side it goes to Nally. Nally inside, up top. Lee looking for room to drive with 8 seconds to shoot. Lee, tough contested shot, no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Clarke, and Campbellsville retain possession. And they'll put 20 seconds on the shot clock. 3:43 on the game clock in this first half. 32-26, Clarke with the 6-point lead. Led by as many as 13. 21-8 was their largest lead. Campbellsville slowly chipping away. Ball passed into the post, Luby. Kicks it up top, here's Boyle. Shot blocked and the rebound picked up by Kelchin. Pushing tempo is Mickles. Mickles, she'll dribble it back out, working against the zone defense. Right side over to McDermott. McDermott to Peterson. Peterson swings it over to Ubel on the skip. Short corner pass to McDermott on the baseline. Leans in. Top shot. Hits it. Wow. Count the basket and an and one coming. That's how you break down a zone, Coach.
Man, oh man. Let's do a nice job of not one player ever has the ball in her hand more than 1 or 2 seconds.
McDermott caught it on the short corner, a spin dribble in the lane, puts it up and good. And that is the second foul against Boyle, I believe, as well. And to the line will be Nicole McDermott, has 6 points, has not shot free throws yet. Extends the lead back up to 8, 34-26. Free throw up, free throw good. And one is completed by Nicole McDermott. 35-26 is the score. Back to a 9-point Clarke lead. Clarke, they played nothing but that 2-3, I believe. Here's Campbellsville working along the perimeter. Pedigo on the right side. Ball pressure by McDermott. Into the post. Here's a three tried by Bertram. No good. And a battle for the rebound, and Lee and a
jump ball.
Jump ball is called. Both players had it. Checking back in is Kayla Luby for Campbellsville. She'll come in for Pedigo. Out of bounds play coming for Campbellsville. Luby on the floor with 2 fouls. They have not gone back to Caitlin Wilkes. She continues to just have those 2 picked up in the first quarter. Another jump ball. And the possession arrow this time favors Clarke.
And Coach Colvin has a lot of confidence in her bench and the subs that she has playing for her not to come back with Wilkes, because Wilkes is a huge part of their offense and what they're able to do.
And they're staying within contact, still within striking distance.
Yeah.
9-point game. Clarke with the lead and the basketball. Against that zone. Mickles into the corner. Here's a corner 3 off the mark. Tracked down by Lee in the corner. McDermott unable to convert. Lee up top to Bertram. Bertram into the corner to Nally. Nally looking inside, nothing there. Lee wants the basketball. She'll reset. Lee off the dribble drive. Tough shot. No good. Nally with the offensive rebound, lays it up and in. Maddie Nally with her first bucket of the game on the putback. Under 2 to go. It's a 7-point game. Clarke with the lead. Pride with the basketball. That's Ubel. Ubel inside to McDermott. Over to Mickles. McDermott on the baseline. High post, it goes to Kelchin. Kelchin with a good find. Gets Mickles, who cuts to the basket for 2.
And again, Clarke just continues to be patient offensively.
Pedigo with the basketball. Pedigo, right side to Nally. Pedigo, and that's kicked away by Clarke. Checking in will be Maya Merschman coming back in.
I thought Clarke did a really good job in the first quarter of keeping that ball on the left side of the floor. Campbellsville always wants to come back to the right, and that's where the majority of their shots come from. But this quarter, they've been able to do it a couple different times, and it makes for huge scoring opportunities for them when they can.
Makes that zone
rotate,
shift over side to side. Pedigo, 9 seconds to shoot. Pedigo in the corner, being pressured by McDermott. Here's Bertram, and she traveled with the basketball. That time Clarke really restricted Campbellsville. They shut that cross-court pass down.
Yep. And just dividing that court in half so that they're not going to give them the right side. We're going to stay on the left side. So any opportunities you get are going to be from the left side.
Under a minute to go. Clarke with the lead and the basketball. Inside it goes. This is Jubel. Inside Kelchin. Kelchin up top, Merschman, they'll swing it over to Mickles. Merschman, 3, got it! Maya Merschman knocks down the 3, and the lead up to 12, 40-28. One shy of their game-high lead of 13 back in the first quarter. Campbellsville, about a 5-second differential between the shot clock, game clock. Bertram tries to answer for 3. No good. Clarke with the rebound. Plenty of time to get a good one here. Clarke, this is Peterson. Out to McDermott. Back to Peterson. That's Merschman. Merschman just hit a 3 from there. Down to 4. 3, 2, 1. Good look by Peterson. Got it! Wow. Izzy Peterson just ahead of the halftime horn. Knocks down the corner 3.
Oh, that's huge. Wow.
Huge momentum boost for Clarke heading into halftime, 43-28, their largest lead of the game.
The thing is like in the half-court set, I thought Campbellsville did a great job against Clarke in the second quarter. Did a great job of making them settle into the half-court set. But Clarke does such a great job of moving the basketball, and more importantly, moving without the basketball. And then, setting themselves up in positions where they're gaining to the basket, where when they get the passes there, they're short passes, and when they turn and look like the basket's right there. But I thought Campbellsville did a better job in the second quarter of limiting the transition, because that's what killed them in the first quarter, was Clarke was able to get out in transition and run, and then they had options.
Yeah. Clarke with a great close to the quarter, scoring the final 6 points.
The ref just came over and said that last shot was a 2.
Okay, so it is 42-28. Last 5 points of the quarter. A 14-point Clarke lead at the half. We'll come back after about 5-6 minute break, and we'll recap and we'll talk about that first half of basketball. Clarke leads at 42-28 over Campbellsville.
I've been thinking about this for a long time. I thought, if that's out there, I want to make sure I see it and I get involved in it, because to me, this was music to my ears. I was blown away. When you look at today's kid, the millennium kid, they learn by being able to see it. If I can see it, there's a great chance that I can do it. The First Down Playbook is a tool that can essentially change the way we teach the game.
Hometown Ticketing makes it fast and easy to buy tickets on your school's website or in the new Hometown Fan app. It's simple. Just search for your school, buy your tickets, and they'll be right there in your account, ready to be scanned when you get to your event. Download the Hometown Fan app today.
The landscape of sports is changing. AI is the next evolution. We're bringing it to fields and gyms everywhere with Huddle Focus. Just mount it, set it, and forget it. Multiple lenses, AI player tracking, automatic recording, or record on the fly with the Focus app, instant uploads, and flexible live streaming options. AI is changing sports. Use it to your advantage. Visit huddle.com/focus today.
First time I picked up a Spartan TF ball, I knew it was built different. You know that feeling from that first moment on, it never leaves your hand. It raises you, lifts you to new heights, got you doing things like that. And once you're hooked, ain't nothing gonna stop that. It teaches you to be a student first, to lay it all out, just to do it again.
And again.
From the moment you pick up a TF ball, it's always there for you. Now do something with it.
Did you know only 2% of college graduates feel that they've had a magical college experience? At St. Thomas University, we see the magic happening every day. When your professor becomes your mentor and learning becomes your passion. When you join a student organization and meet your friends for life. When your classes and activities prepare you for the real world and a successful career. At STU, our students live the magic, and their college experience leads to limitless possibilities. Visit stu.edu today.
I have a little birthday message for you from someone too.
I heard you really love basketball. You're a good shooter and a good dribbler. Happy birthday, MJ, and I hope you enjoy your day.
Thank you. You're welcome.
It's more than an education. It's more than a degree. William Penn University is alive with opportunity. Opportunity in a diverse student body. Opportunity in a staff that works with your budget. Opportunity in over 30 programs of study. Opportunity in a classroom where your voice is heard. Find your future and the opportunities waiting for you. Start your planning today at wmpenn.edu and see why William Penn University is alive with opportunity.
You know, it's easy to get caught up in emotions around, oh, I feel good, or I feel like I'm getting better, or I feel like I'm getting worse. But having data, big data, over a long stretch of time allows you to actually see your work come into fruition in the form of progress. It just allows you to create a better perspective over your progression. To ignore it entirely is doing yourself a disservice because it's a resource that's available to you.
After 100 years, why are we still pushing for more? Because at Thomas More, we're inspired to help you create and live a fuller life. That means creating more opportunities for you inside the classroom and out. Programs that lead to something more than a job, a fulfilling career, and expecting more from our faculty and staff to help give you the opportunity to become the remarkable person you were created to be. Thomas More University. Make it more.
There's a beat in all of us. It drives us, it inspires us, and it pushes us through. It is there in preparation, it is there in battle, it is there in defeat, and success. It's the engine, it's our guide. And this beat is my own. This beat is how I live. And this is how I hydrate. Body Armor Sport Water, hydration for athletes.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Tyson Event Center in Sioux City, Iowa, the host site of the 42nd Annual NAIA Women's Basketball National Championship. This is day number 3. This is the quarterfinal day, and our matchup here at the half, it is number 2 seed Clarke with a 43-28 lead over Campbellsville, the number 1 seed in the Dewar Quadrant. Second game of the day, earlier Central Methodist down to Marion in a close one, 52-48. Central Methodist the first to punch their ticket into Friday's semifinal. There's the numbers on your screen right now. Clarke with a distinct advantage overall field goal percentage, 53% to 31. Both teams shooting the same, relatively the same from beyond the arc. And rebounding also favoring Clarke. I would say, Coach, that those are the two factors. Field goal percentage, rebounds, had a big reason why Clarke has this lead.
Absolutely, and then, and of course we talked about it, going into halftime. Just the big difference in the style of play from the first quarter to the second quarter for Clarke and what Campbellsville was allowing them to do. And so, the stats show it. That is the big difference.
Taking a look at the individual scoring totals, leading the way for Clarke. Looking at my total points, there it is. 9 by Taylor Hazy. She is the leading scorer coming off the bench for Clarke. 3 players have 7 points each. Nicole McDermott, Gianna Mickles, and Maya Merschman. Campbellsville, they were led in the first half by Sarah Sutton, who knocked down a couple of threes, and Elizabeth Bertram, their top 2 scorers off the bench for Campbellsville. Those are the leading scorers in this one, a game in which Clarke leads at 43-28. So Clarke with the lead, trying to advance to their first ever national semifinal. Campbellsville has been there a couple of times, but keys for Campbellsville to rally in this one.
Well, I would say that, they have to have Wilkes back on the floor to be able to do a lot of things that they're successful at. And then, again, limiting the runouts and the transition points for Clarke. They have to keep those at a minimum. If they can do those 2 things for sure, as far as game-wise, they're going to be okay. And then foul trouble is going to play a huge part in this game in the second half.
Coach, you made the statement that Campbellsville is doing a much better job in the second quarter getting back in transition D. They had it to within 7, but in the final minute, Clarke scores the final 7 points of that half, a couple of threes and a big bucket at the buzzer. Otherwise, Campbellsville was kind of right there.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's probably why we didn't see Wilkes come back on the floor in that second quarter. I'm sure that if Clarke was able to extend that lead, we probably would have seen her, but because they kept it close and they closed it, there are a couple different times is why we probably didn't see her.
Caitlin Wilkes, the player we're referring to, picked up 2 early fouls in the first quarter. She's the leading scorer. She was the conference player of the year for Campbellsville. She has 2 fouls, but expected to play probably significant minutes in the second half for Coach Ginger Colvin's squad and the Campbellsville Tigers. Let's take one more break, and then we'll come back with the second half. You are watching the NAIA Women's Basketball National Championship on the web.
Campbellsville helped me to get a job, get my master's, to prepare myself for the world.
It offers students a tremendous amount of opportunity to get real-world experience.
We see Christian students, non-Christian students. We see people from every walk of life.
It's such a good place to be.
It kind of reminds me of home. Your teachers actually look out for you here. You feel invited as soon as you walk in.
You're not going to find any better place to help students achieve what they want.
The thing I love about Clarke is that you're never just one thing. I'm not just a student, I'm a future doctor. I'm an athlete on a history-making team. I'm a community member supporting the causes I care about. I'm a friend, a neighbor, a leader. At Clarke, you can become anything. What will you be? Be you at CU.
I've been thinking about this for a long time. I thought, if that's out there, I want to make sure I see it and I get involved in it, because to me, this was music to my ears. I was blown away. When you look at today's kid, the millennium kid, they learn by being able to see it. If I can see it, it's a great chance that I can do it. The First Down Playbook is a tool that can essentially change the way we teach the game.
Hometown ticketing makes it fast and easy to buy tickets on your school's website or in the new Hometown Fan app. It's simple. Just search for your school, buy your tickets, and they'll be right there in your account, ready to be scanned when you get to your event. Download the Hometown Fan app today.
Back to the Tyson Event Center. Start of the third quarter in this quarterfinal matchup. Top seed Campbellsville, number 2 seed Clarke. It's Clarke with a 14-point lead, 42-28. Starters in to start the second half. Bailey Pedigo, Lauren Lee, Maddie Boyle, Courtney Pritchett, Caitlin Wilkes returns after picking up 2 early fouls. That's the Campbellsville lineup for Clarke. They'll counter with Skylar Culbertson, Nicole McDermott, Gianna Mickles, Emma Kelchin, and Tina Ubel. Campbellsville, the Tigers, will have the basketball to start this quarter. And we'll get into the hands of their point guard, Lauren Lee, the sophomore from Liberty, Kentucky. Clarke with a 14-point lead. Campbellsville had it to within 7. Later stages of that second quarter. Here's Wilkes. They'll get her involved right away. Misses the jumper. And the rebound pulled down by Clarke. Culbertson brings it across the timeline. Clarke. And an errant pass there. Turnover against Clarke. Here comes Campbellsville. Pedigo into the front court. Pedigo skips it over to Pritchett. Pritchett. Back to Lee. Again, they're really looking inside to get Wilkes involved. Played without her for most of the first half. Had 3 points, but picked up those 2 early fouls. Pedigo. Little 1-4 high. They'll go high-low with Pritchett and Wilkes. Pritchett on the drive. Left hand good. Really like that possession that time.
And like you said, it was a high-low, and they're really looking to get Wilkes the basketball, but Pritchett could do damage inside in the post, too.
Mickles into the corner. Here's a 3 knocked down by Skylar Culbertson. Her second 3 of the game, and the lead back up to 14, 44-30. Campbellsville with basketball. That's Lee. High post to Pedigo. To Pritchett. Pritchett swings it over to Boyle. Pritchett, a very capable 3-point shooter, too, for Campbellsville. Here's Boyle. Boyle takes a couple of dribbles. Shot clock winding down. 4, 3, 2. Pritchett on the drive. No good. And a shot clock violation that did not hit the rim.
So
they didn't stop play.
Nope.
But the horn went off. Maybe they deemed it did hit the rim and just let it go. Nichols with the basketball. Inside to Kelchin. Kelchin with the shot. No good. And a foul. Boxing out on the rebound. Foul's going to go against Maddie Boyle, I believe, for Campbellsville, and Clarke will continue with their possession. And Clarke will have the basketball. They will throw it in from underneath. Jubel to throw it in. 44-30, quarterfinal contest. Central Methodist unbeaten in the top overall seed. They've already punched their ticket into Friday's semifinal. 52-48 win over Marion this morning. Inbounds pass goes to Kelchin. Kelchin swings it over to Culbertson. Another three, yes! 3 times for Skylar Culbertson, her third three of the game.
Boy, and all 3 threes that she has scored on, like she's wide open. I got to do a better job of identifying her and where she's at.
47-30, largest lead of the game. Culbertson came in 28 threes on the season, averaging 6 points per game. She's in double figures with 10. Campbellsville dumps it down low to Wilkes. He throws it away on the outlet pass. And a turnover for Campbellsville. Coming into the game is Elizabeth Bertram. Comes in for Lee. 7:28 left to go, 47-30. Clarke with its largest lead and a chance to build on that here. Culbertson with the basketball. Culbertson guarded up top by Bertram. Clarke, that's Culbertson. She's already got a couple of threes in this third quarter. Baseline drive. There's a 3 tried by Clarke, no good, and a foul on Clarke. Going after the rebound, Nicole McDermott, junior from Cascade, Iowa, with the foul. Oh no, it's going to go against Campbellsville. I misspoke. So Clarke will maintain possession. They gave that foul to Pedigo on the box out. Merschman checks in for Clarke. She's got the basketball at the top of the key. Into the corner, Culbertson misses this 3. Had hit 2 previously in the quarter, misses this one, rebounded by Pedigo. Pedigo inside Jubel. Jubel, baby hook, good. Oh, sorry, wrong 33. Caitlin Wilkes saw 33, that's not Jubel. Wilkes with 5. Leading scorer on the year for Campbellsville. Here's McDermott. McDermott on the drive, lays it up for 2. Nicole McDermott with 9. 49-32 in favor of Clarke. Campbellsville basketball. This is Pedigo resetting the Tigers offense. Pedigo right side. Bertram back to Pedigo. Pedigo on a screen from Pritchett. Down the lane, lays it up for 2. Haley Pedigo with her first basket on the drive, 49-34 in favor of Clarke. Clarke with a 15-point lead. Merschman, she'll drive in. Shot is blocked. Good defense by Wilkes. And Wilkes has the rebound, and we got a foul called on Wilkes. Was it on Wilkes?
Wow, yes.
Okay, Wilkes picks up her third.
An offensive foul, wow.
Trying to protect the basketball, tried to get hands away, and got a little too physical, and Wilkes only called for her third. Coach Ginger Colvin is going to leave the 6'2 junior in the ball game. You almost have to right now.
Yeah.
With the game in balance, really. Inbound pass to Hazy, misses a jumper. And the rebound out of bounds, last touch by Clarke. Campbellsville will have the basketball, 5:50 to go in the third quarter. Bringing it across will be Pedigo. Pedigo, the left-hander, junior from Glasgow, Kentucky. Running point for the Tigers. Right side to Bertram. And they get it inside. Pedigo is fouled. Pedigo will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. And First foul against Clarke, and a timeout on the floor. 5:37 left to go, 49-34, Clarke with the lead, and a timeout called by the coach for Campbellsville, I believe. And Coach Ginger Colvin questioning what went down on the other end of the floor, getting an explanation, but a little bit of physical play down on the other end.
Well, and you know what, I don't think it's so much she's questioning the offensive foul because it was. What she's saying is the reason why Wilkes had to do what she did is because she was getting hammered on like the whole time. Yeah. And so, she's not questioning the offensive foul. It is definitely an offensive foul. Yeah. But she's questioning what was happening before all that happened. I think the officials, they did a great job of listening because she wanted to talk to her. They did a great job of listening to her and letting her give her feedback, if you will.
Pedigo at the free throw line. First free throw is up and good for Bailey Pedigo. Pedigo on the season, 82%, averaging 7 points per game. She misses the second. All three of Pedigo's points coming here in the third quarter. A little full court pressure now by Campbellsville. If I remember right, they showed a little bit of that in the opening game win against Rio Grande.
Yeah, 3 quarters, and then they went full.
Yep. Changed it up defensively. Here's a baseline drive by Mickles, and Mickles lost the handle. Turnover gives it back to Campbellsville. Pedigo with the basketball. She'll slow it up for the Tigers. Up top to Pritchett. Back to Pedigo. She'll get the Tigers in the offense halfway through this third quarter. Pritchett. High poster goes to Wilkes. Now she'll bring it out to the top of the key. Swings it back over to Bertram. Bertram on the drive, has her shot blocked. Merschman held her ground, and now a foul called against Campbellsville on the reach. Merschman held her ground for Clarke, got the block shot, picked up the rebound, and now a foul against Campbellsville.
Well, Pedigo was just trying to get out of the way. Unfortunately, there was enough contact there to where she had to call it.
Third foul against Pedigo. It'll be Clarke with the basketball. So Pedigo and Wilkes, each with 3 fouls, couple of starters. For Clarke, I don't think they have anybody with more than 2. Clarke with it. This is Culbertson. High poster goes to Hazy. Hazy over to Ubel. Inside, going to work is Hazy. Spins, puts it up, no. And the rebound tracked down by Campbellsville. Campbellsville will bring it up with Boyle. Boyle with the basketball, over to Pritchett, back to Pedigo. Get the Tigers in their system. Coach Ginger Colvin encouraging Pedigo to get it going, and that pass looking to get it inside of Wilkes, kicked away. Shot clock will get reset to 20. 4:18 left to go in the third quarter. Clarke with a 14-point lead. That was the lead at the half.
That's crazy because Clarke's only scored, they've only scored 6 points in this quarter.
And on 2 threes.
Yeah.
A couple of threes.
You know, so I think relatively, like, Campbellsville has done a great job of slowing them down. They've just not been able to convert when they've needed to, and that's the big difference in this quarter.
On the inbounds pass, Caitlin Wilkes with a nice catch, muscles it up, and an and one possibility coming for Caitlin Wilkes. Wilkes to the free throw line. This one is good. Wilkes converts the 3-point play. So Wilkes with 8 points. 6 coming in this third quarter as they get her more involved. A foul away from the ball on Campbellsville. That was on Courtney Pritchett, her third. So Pritchett, Pedigo, and Wilkes, 3 starters for Campbellsville with 3 fouls.
And that puts them over the limit too, so we're going to shoot free throws, huh?
Yeah. Already the 15th foul. Ubel to the free throw line. And Ubel, first free throw is up and in. She's got 7 points. And Ubel, leading scorer for a balanced Clarke offense, 13 points per game. Second one is also good. Ubel with 8 points for Clarke. And the lead back up to 13, 51 to 38. Jumper by Bertram, no good. Rebounded by Clarke. That's Kelchin with the rebound. Into the hands of Izzy Peterson, who will run the one here. Peterson and Culbertson both on the floor at the same time. Two of their point guards. A little bit of a different look. Kelchin, three, in and out, no good. And the rebound grab by Maddie Nally for Campbellsville. Into the front court with Pritchett. And physical play down low as Kelchin and Caitlin Wilkes are just battling on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, and again, I think the officials are doing a great job of seeing what they can actually play through, and then when there's a disadvantage, then they're going to blow the whistle and call a foul.
Kelchin whistled for her second. Inbounds pass goes to Nally. Nally to Lee. Lee looking into Wilkes. Lee up top to Nally. Nally to Pritchett. Pritchett looking for room to drive. 10 seconds to shoot. Underneath to Wilkes, and a jump ball called. Possession arrow is going to favor Clarke.
Man, I love it. I love the play right now.
I would get beat up, Coach, if I were in the lane trying to post up right now.
Yeah, the post players are just absolutely getting after it right now. I love it.
Yeah. Checking out will be Wilkes for now. She's got 3 fouls. Coming in is Kayla Luby. Played a lot of minutes in the first half. That number 5 spot. Right side goes to McDermott. McDermott, high post to Mickles. Kelchin. Kelchin, Mickles. Mickles on the drive. Left-hand shot, no good. Offensive rebound. Kelchin puts it up and draws a foul, and Kelchin will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Emma Kelchin, the 6-foot senior from Bellevue.
Boy, she's definitely tough to be able to hang with inside. Does a great job of using her body.
Kelchin has not scored until now. Makes the first free throw. 6-foot senior from Bellevue. Emma Kelchin, 3-time all-conference player. This is a senior-laden Clarke team. They have played a lot of basketball together and been in a lot of close games, big games, battles for Clarke and the Pride. Both free throws good by Kelchin. Lee with it. Lee inside. This is Pritchett. Pritchett tried to get it to Luby, and it's knocked away by Clarke. Clarke looking to score in transition. Mickles with a tough catch. She's double teamed in the corner, and a timeout called by Clarke. Heads up play by either the player Mickles or the coach Corky Boyd.
Yeah, because there was nothing good going to happen really fast.
Trapped in the corner, you're double teamed, and you got 2 end lines right there. Yeah. So a timeout called by Clarke. They have a 15-point lead, 53-38, 2:32 left to go in this third quarter. Up next, and there will be a little bit of a break at 6 p.m. tonight. Indiana Wesleyan will take on Dakota State in a Liston Quadrant quarterfinal. The nightcap will have the defending champion Thomas More taking on Montana Western, and that game's scheduled to start at 8. Of course, last night, Coach, we had a bit of a rain delay, in quotation marks, if you will, and things were a little bit late, but we got it all in.
Yeah, crazy. Imagine a rain delay on an inside event.
Yeah, never happened to me. I've never seen it.
No.
But thanks to the Tyson Event Center crew, Corey Westra and the NAIA, all things considered, it worked out. Got both games played last night that needed to be played. Clarke coming out of the timeout. Here's Ubel on the drive. Misses the jumper on the putback. Emma Kelchin puts it back up and in. Count the basket. And Kelchin will go back to the free throw line for an and 1.
And again, there's those second and third opportunities that Clarke was able to get in the first quarter. They limited them in the second quarter, and now they've kind of found their way back into the ball game again for Clarke, and so that's been a killer for the game for Campbellsville.
Kelchin back to the line, 4 points, 2 for 2 from the line, converts the and 1. Kelchin with 5. And an official's timeout. They're going to quick send Culbertson to the bench, maybe to get taped up. So Culbertson will head to the athletic trainer at the end of the bench and adjusting something. 56-38, it's an 18-point lead. Largest lead of the game, an 18-point lead for Clarke, coming with 2:19 left to go in the third quarter. Lauren Lee will dribble it up top for Campbellsville. Lee with the basketball, swings it over to Nally. Nally high post to Pritchett. Here's a three by Sutton, no good. Clarke there for the rebound. Culbertson wants to push. Culbertson with the basketball. Shovels it over to Mickles. Mickles, left-hand drive, shot no good. On the rebound again is Kelchin, who is just controlling the glass right now for Clarke. She'll go to the line for two.
And you'll see Wilkes come back in now, but from the time that she went out of the ball game, that Kelchin's had her way inside, rebounding the basketball, getting her spot where she wants to be as far as where she's going to post up and getting her shot opportunities.
Kelchin returns to the free throw line. Foul charge to Elizabeth Bertram for first. And Kelchin, free throw up, free throw good. Kelchin now with 6 points, all coming within the last 1 to 2 minutes here. Second one on the way is good, all on second chance opportunities for Clarke, and the lead is 20. 58-38 is the score. Minute 49 left to go. Campbellsville, they got to start putting a dent in this lead. Here's a spin dribble by Wilkes. Shot block, gets her own rebound. Second one no good. Pritchett comes away with a rebound. And a jump ball is called. Possession arrow is going to favor Campbellsville. Nothing is easy against Clarke right now. They are just bothering the Campbellsville interior players right now.
They are, and they're just defending well. The guards are defending well.
Inbounds play for Campbellsville. Pritchett will throw it in. They'll throw it into Boyle. Boyle three. That one won't go. And the rebound pulled down by Culbertson. Long pass ahead to Merschman. Merschman back to Culbertson. They'll swing it over to Mickles. And Mickles has it taken away. Lee will bring it across. 1-on-2 break. Lee, little floater in the lane. Can't get it to go. Offensive rebound, Pritchett. And we are going to have a reach-in foul called against Clarke. Team foul number 4. It should be on the floor, leading to an out-of-bounds play here. McDermott called for the foul. And an inbounds play coming. Lauren Lee will...
I just love this crowd behind us. It's awesome.
And the entry pass taken away. Overshot it. Culbertson with a layup. Culbertson layup good. Skylar Culbertson with 12 points. Her first 2-point basket, and the lead up to 22, 60-38. And three-pointer hit by Campbellsville. Campbellsville with a three-pointer. Clarke with the basketball, up by 19, 60-41, under a minute to go. Free throw line jumper, McDermott is short. Campbellsville with the rebound, that's Wilkes who had it. Maddie Boyle made that three moments ago. About a 3-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Boyle who just hit that three. And an offensive foul called on the perimeter, setting up kind of a little screen on the perimeter, and Campbellsville called for the foul.
Well, and I tell you, the game's not over yet, but Clarke has made a huge statement here this afternoon. You know, they're ranked 7th nationally, and Campbellsville ranked number 2 nationally.
Yeah.
And Clarke has done whatever they want, whenever they wanted. They've won it so far in this game.
And they have controlled it right from the get-go.
Yeah.
Right from the get-go, scoring the first 10 points of the game. Clarke's going to hold for one here, down to 6 seconds. Kelchin has the catch. Kelchin hands it up to Mickles. Mickles will go to the line. A foul against Campbellsville. Frustration starting to show in the faces of Campbellsville. It's like they're having a hard time stopping. They're having a hard time scoring.
And, you know, just with Clarke, like, establishing the inside game and the presence right away, and what Kelchin's able to do, she's garnering so much attention now, not only from the post players, the post defenders, but from the guards now too, which has opened up a lot of lanes for Clarke's guards to penetrate and do whatever they want.
Nichols makes both free throws, final possession, and Campbellsville won't even attempt a shot. At the end of the third quarter, Clarke extends their lead up to 21. 62-41 is the score. We'll take about a 1-minute break, come back with the fourth quarter. You're watching NAIA basketball on the web.
The landscape of sports is changing. AI is the next evolution. We're bringing it to fields and gyms everywhere with Huddle Focus. Just mount it, set it, and forget it. Multiple lenses, AI player tracking, automatic recording, or record on the fly with the Focus app. Instant uploads and flexible live streaming options. AI is changing sports. Use it to your advantage. Visit huddle.com/focus today.
Start of the fourth quarter, Clarke pushes their lead to 21. They led by 14 at the half. Now is 62-41, outscoring Campbellsville 20-13 in that third quarter. Campbellsville had once cut it to 7, 32-25. But yeah, it was all Clarke after that. And Clarke will open with the basketball and a chance to build on the lead even further here. On the drive, McDermott. McDermott will slow it up, kicks it back up top to Mickles. There's one player in Clarke in double figures, Culbertson with 11. And a three knocked down by Emma Kelchin. I had to do a double take to make sure that was Kelchin. It was, right?
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
Yeah.
We talked so much about her on what she can do in the interior, and she steps out and knocks down a three.
And she didn't even hesitate, so you know she's shot that shot a couple times because she didn't even hesitate to let that one fly.
Kelchin, that's her 16th on the season, so yeah, apparently she can shoot the three as well. Add that to her arsenal, if you will. Pass knocked away. It'll be Campbellsville basketball running out of bounds play. Bertram on the drive. She's tripped up, and Elizabeth Bertram will go to the line. It's talking about the balance of Clarke. Until that three, they only had one player in double figures, Culbertson, but they have 7 players with 7 or more points. Just contributions up and down the lineup.
Well, they just do a great job of sharing the basketball. Really a lot of unselfish play on this Clarke team. Do a great job of finding their teammates when they're working hard to get themselves in position to score, and they're getting them the basketball. So that's just I mean, it's a huge compliment to Clarke as a whole, as a team.
Bertram knocks down a pair of free throws, 65-42. Little full court pressure by Campbellsville. Inside to Kelchin, to McDermott. McDermott will dribble it back up top. And Mickles will get Culbertson or Clarke in their lineup, in their regular set. And a whistle and a foul against Campbellsville. Courtney Pritchett called for the personal. If it is Pritchett, that's going to be her 4th.
That was a 14.
14, okay, Maddie Nally. Okay, here's a jumper by Mickles, no good. And the rebound tracked down by Nally. Here comes Campbellsville, Pedigo with the basketball. Pedigo with it in her hands, looking inside to Wilkes, high-low play. Pritchett in, keeps it herself. Pritchett down the right side of the lane, puts it up. No good. Offensive rebound. Nally can't get it to go. Yet again, rebounded by Pedigo. And on her putback, it is good. 65-44. As we start this fourth quarter, about a minute and a half gone by. Campbellsville trying to force the issue a little bit defensively, picking up in the full court. Didn't seem to bother Culbertson and Clarke bringing it up. Down to 10 seconds. Kelchin over to McDermott. And an offensive foul will go the other way. Foul's going to go against Tina Ubel. And it'll be Campbellsville basketball. Back into the contest, Maddie Boyle. Also, Sarah Sutton returns. Lauren Lee. And they're keeping Pritchett and Wilkes out there on the floor for Campbellsville. 65-44, 8 minutes left to go with a spot in the semifinals on the line. Clarke trying to advance to their first ever semifinal. Pritchett, jumper off the mark. Rebound controlled by Hazy for Clarke. Culbertson brings it across the timeline. Culbertson kicks it out to McDermott. McDermott. Here's Ubel on the drive, pulls up from 10, shot no good. Tracking down the rebound is Boyle. Boyle, no numbers, 1 on 4. She's going to slow it up. Up top, Pritchett, quick three there, and no. Sorry, that was Wilkes with the three. Pritchett with the rebound, she's fouled, and Courtney Pritchett will go to the line.
They look so much alike.
They do.
I mean, the only difference is Wilkes is probably 2 or 3 inches taller than her, but man, they look so much alike.
And same number, or similar number, 33, 32.
Yep.
So you'll forgive me?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Courtney Pritchett to the free throw line.
I would have asked for forgiveness more than once if I'm doing play-by-play. I could just tell you that right now. You would have fired me on the air.
Pritchett makes the first free throw. 6 points for Pritchett. Campbellsville led by Wilkes with 8. And we got a couple of subs.
Oh.
Not going to come in. They'll wait till after the free throw,
yes.
if it's a made free throw. And now they will come in. Bailey Pedigo, Elizabeth Bertram return. As Pritchett made both free throws. 65-46, Campbellsville picking up 3/4 court. Clarke, good decision by Peterson not to cross half court until she's got friends, and now finds that friend, throws it to her. And now Clarke can get in their offense. Peterson throws it over to Hazy. Hazy, a couple of dribbles, has it stolen away. Turnover against Clarke. Taken away by Nally. Pedigo into the front court. They'll swing it over to Lee. Lee on the jump stop, and a foul called against Clarke. That'll go against Hazy. Hazy whistled for the foul, and Lauren Lee will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Back in is Emma Kelchin. Kelchin returns for Hazy. 7 minutes left to go. It's a 19-point Clarke lead. Free throws coming from Lee. First one is no good. Lee, another free throw coming for the sophomore. Lauren Lee, 82% free throw shooter, makes the second. All 3 of her points coming from the charity stripe. Here's the full court pressure. Clarke, nice touch pass, bringing it across is Merschman. Merschman into the front court, and Clarke will run a set. This is Peterson. Peterson, high post to Kelchin. Kelchin, back to Merschman. Merschman to McDermott. McDermott throwing the lob inside, tough shot. Kelchin makes it.
She has great body control.
And Kelchin, all of her points coming in the second half. All 12 of her points. We got a foul against Clarke going the other way. Going to the line will be Maddie Nally for Campbellsville. 67-47. Clarke, that is their 5th team foul in the quarter. Campbellsville will go to the line the rest of the way. First free throw by Nally is no good. Nally with just 1 bucket, 2 points for Nally. Second one is good as well, or it is good. So Nally makes 1 of 2, makes the second. Clarke, and that pass stolen away by Pedigo. Pedigo, jump ball as Nicole McDermott gets in there to tie it Pedigo up. It'll be Campbellsville basketball after the Clarke turnover. Back into the contest is Caitlin Wilkes. So Wilkes and Pritchett, along with Bertram and Lee, and Pedigo is your lineup. 4 of the 5 starters along with Bertram. Pedigo gets the inbounds pass up top to Lee. Lee, Bertram, 3 is short. And the rebound goes out of bounds. The basketball will go to Clarke. Not much flow to this one right now.
It's this fourth quarter is we lost a lot of flow.
And a near turnover against Clarke. This full court pressure is starting to bother Clarke a little bit. Officials talking it over, and they're going to point the direction of Clarke. With the help of the fans.
I love it.
Were the fans helping? I didn't really hear.
Well, he said he'd help. He's pretty adamant about it.
Bershman throws the lob, and Kelchin misses the first, gets her own rebound, and will go to the free throw line as she is fouled. And that is going to be the 5th foul on Bailey Pedigo. Pedigo fouls out with 5 points. Fouls out at the 6:01 mark. The 5'7" junior, Bailey Pedigo. Into the free throw line is Emma Kelchin to shoot 2. Kelchin has had herself a second half. Didn't call her name much in the first half in terms of offense.
Yeah, she didn't have a point in the first half, did she?
No, all 13 right now are in the second half.
Wow.
That says something about balance in Clarke and how many different weapons they have.
Absolutely.
And Kelchin makes both free throws. Timeout called by head coach Courtney Boyd and Clarke University. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back with more from the Tyson Event Center in a moment. Tyson Event Center, 6:01 left to play in this second quarterfinal contest on this Wednesday. And number 2 seed Clarke, just 6 minutes away from advancing to their first ever national semifinal, a 21-point lead over top seed Campbellsville in the Dewar bracket. Campbellsville will have the basketball. This is Lee with it. Lee out to Sutton. Sutton back to Lee. Lee looking for room to drive. Lost the ball, kicks it out to Bertram. Bertram cut off on the baseline. Inside, Wilkes. Turnaround jumper is blocked. Taken away by Emma Kelchin. If you have an MVP of the second half, it would be Kelchin, no doubtedly. Played well on both ends of the floor. Here's McDermott with a jumper, and she is fouled. McDermott will go to the free throw line. Had a lot of fouls called in this fourth quarter. I think that has kind of prevented us from finding any flow. McDermott to the free throw line.
You know, we talk about Kelchin and how she didn't score a point in the first half. All her productivity is coming here in the second half. It says a lot about the character of the team. You know, not only the weapons that they have, but the unselfishness that they have. You know, Kelchin does all of her work in the first half defensively, doing the little things, and then in the second half, she steps up and says, okay, now it's my time to have the basketball, and her teammates have done a great job of just getting her the ball.
McDermott makes both free throws on the drive by Campbellsville, no good. Rebounded by Izzy Peterson. Peterson will bring it across the timeline. Halfway through this fourth quarter, Peterson looking to drive in, puts it up with the left hand, shot no good. And the rebound, we have a jump ball. Coming down with the rebound was Luby, and also a Clarke player. Basketball will go to Campbellsville. Checking back in is Tina Ubel for Clarke. Also in will be Madison Lindower. Lindower checks in for the Pride. First action for Lindower, the 5'11" junior from Toma, Wisconsin. Bringing it across the timeline will be Lauren Lee. Lee with the basketball. A 1-4 high set to Pritchett. Hands it off to Lee. Lee to Boyle. Boyle gets a screen, pulls up from 17, shot no good. Battle for the rebound, and it's tracked down by Clarke. Peterson with a good hustle play. Gives it up to Ubel. Ubel closely guarded by Campbellsville. Down low, Kelchin swings it over. Here's Peterson. She'll try a three. No. And the rebound grab by Boyle. Boyle pushing the tempo. Kicks it out to Sutton. She'll rain in a three from the right wing. Sarah Sutton with her third three of the game. 20-point lead, 71-51 in favor of Clarke. The other end, Peterson misses a floater. Rebounded, pulled down by Pritchett. Here comes Boyle across the 10-second line. Sutton, she just knocked one down from there, passes this one up. And now the pass stolen away by Ubel. Ubel with a breakaway layup. Ubel, layup good. Tina Ubel with 10 points. She is now the fourth Clarke player in double figures. Nobody with more than 14. And they got 7 players with 7 points or more. Shot goes out of bounds. Last touch by Clarke. It'll be Campbellsville basketball. Luby checks back in for Campbellsville. A couple of new players for Clarke. Culbertson and McDermott, the starting backcourt, back in for the Pride. 3:41 left to go. Campbellsville will have the basketball. Lee to trigger. Lee gets it into Sutton. Spots up. Three, no. And the rebound grab by Ubel for the Pride. Taking it across the timeline is Culbertson. Culbertson looking to drive. Kicks it up top to Ubel. Ubel out to Kelchin, and it's through Kelchin's hand. And the turnover will give it back to Campbellsville.
It's the first turnover in a long time for Clarke, I believe.
Turnovers, Campbellsville with 17 on the day, now 13 for Clarke. Clarke has just kind of had the edge in about every statistical category. Shooting it better, 6-5. They've only hit 5 threes compared to 6, but shooting it about the same as Campbellsville, but every other statistic in the Pride's favor. Bertram with a pullback jumper, no good. Good block out by Culbertson. Culbertson clears the rebound. 3 minutes left to go in this one, 73-51. Ubel, top of the key. Right side to McDermott. McDermott's pass kicked away. It'll stay with Clarke. Clarke will have the basketball. They're 3 minutes away from advancing to their first ever national semifinal. Clarke to throw it in. Ubel, three-pointer, no good. And Clarke controls the rebound, however, and they'll get a new shot clock to work with here. Fresh 20 seconds. Culbertson, left side pass to McDermott. Throws the lob inside to Ubel. Ubel misses the first one, and on the putback draws the foul. And Tina Ubel will go to the free throw line to shoot 2 shots. Foul charge to Kayla Luby. That is her 5th foul. Bailey Pedigo fouled out earlier for Campbellsville. Now Kayla Luby fouls out. 4 points for Kayla Luby. Ubel with 10 points, 2 for 2 from the line. She's the Clarke player that closing in on the career scoring mark. Needed 14 coming in. Now after that free throw, she's got 11. See if Coach Courtney Boyd will leave Ubel in and have a chance to get that milestone. Second free throw, no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds by Clarke. It'll be Campbellsville basketball with 2:41 left to go. 74-51, 23-point lead for Clarke University, the number 2 seed in the Dewar bracket. Lee with the basketball. Lee, and the pass nearly stolen by Lindor. Loose ball and a jump ball called. And the possession arrow is going to favor Clarke. Good pressure by Lindor.
Well, it's just, I mean, the story of the day is just, man, Clarke just coming in here and just absolute, I mean, they own this court today. They really have. And You know, there's times when Campbellsville has put together runs and they've tried to make huge runs, and Clarke has just shut it down.
Every time. Clarke went out, scored the first 10 points, led 26-18 after a high-scoring first quarter. Led by 14, 42-28 at the half. Pushed that lead to 21 by the end of the third quarter. They've won every quarter. Here's Culbertson. Outside to Haase. Haase back to Culbertson, looking inside to Haase. Haase swings it out to Mickles. Haase, 15-footer, no. Offensive rebound, no. McDermott not going to be able to come up with it. Here comes Campbellsville with under 2 minutes left to go. Campbellsville into the front court. That's Lee. Lee gets a screen from Wilkes. Up top, Sutton. Quick three, no good. And the rebound handled by Clarke. Clarke will walk it up with McDermott. Down to our final 90 seconds here. Clarke ready to make this one official and advance to their first ever national semifinal. And this is their 7th appearance at the championship overall. McDermott, pull-up jumper from 10, no good. Offensive rebound, pulled down by Haase. And we got a foul against Campbellsville. That'll send Haase to the free throw line to shoot 2 shots. Both teams in the bonus. And now a substitution timeout by Clarke. We'll take a 30-second break. We'll come back with more and finish this one up, this quarterfinal contest between Campbellsville and Clarke.
First time I picked up a Spartan TF ball, I knew it was built different. You know that feeling from that first moment on. It never leaves your hand. It raises you, lifts you to new heights, got you doing things like that. And once you're hooked, ain't nothing gonna stop that. It teaches you to be a student first, to lay it all out, just to do it again.
And again.
From the moment you pick up a TF ball, it's always there for you. Now do something with it.
Clarke will go to the free throw line. Taylor Haase with 9 points, all coming in the first half. 6'1" junior from Freedom, Wisconsin will have 2 shots, both teams in the bonus. Clarke with a comfortable lead, 74-51. Haase at the line, first free throw is up and good. One more free throw coming for Haase. And the free throw is good as well. And Haase will come out, Kelchin back in. In for the first time for Cumberland, or for Campbellsville, is Kaylin Mills, 5'5" freshman from Kentucky. Also, Briante Gowdy, a freshman from Campbellsville, Kentucky. She's got the basketball. And now we have an offensive foul against Campbellsville. That's going to go against Caitlin Wilkes.
Hate to see that.
And Wilkes, that is her 4th foul. It'll be Clarke basketball. Got to give a shout out to Morgan Swiderski, who I know is listening from her office. She should be working, but she's tuning into basketball. Go figure.
Awesome.
I know, right? Here's Clarke with the basketball. McDermott loses the handle and it's picked up by Nally. Nally up top to Gowdy. Gowdy brings it across the timeline. Gowdy to Wilkes. Wilkes over to Bertram. Bertram shot is blocked by Kelchin. Goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Campbellsville. And wholesale changes for both teams. 31 seconds to go. 76-51 is the score. Clarke is going to win it. They will advance to their first ever national semifinal. On the floor for Clarke, Unisha Bondenkamp, one of the players. Also Beatrice Atta Enzina. Shanae Wettering. Also Lily Schilling. And Jenna Blunt are the 5 new Clarke players on the floor. At the free throw line is Campbellsville. And first free throw is off the mark, no good. Shooting free throws is Kaylin Mills for Campbellsville. Mills with one more free throw. Paige Evans checks in for Campbellsville as well. Got to give these players some love as well as they check in and get onto the court. Final possession most likely. Jenna Blunt with it at the free throw line. Left side to Vondenkamp. Vondenkamp on the drive and creates the foul. And Vondenkamp will go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
And again, I had mentioned it earlier in the quarter. This game this afternoon. I definitely controlled from the outset by Clarke, and they made a huge statement here this afternoon. Wow.
As a number 2 seed, they will advance to the semifinals. And I've been impressed. Call me impressed. They've convinced me. Free throw no good. Rebound pulled down by Campbellsville. Track it down in the corner. Final seconds tick off here. And our final score. Clarke is going to win it 76-51. And Clarke will advance with a 31-4 overall record. They advance to play the winner of Indiana Wesleyan and Dakota State. That game will be played at 6 p.m. tonight, as Clarke will play in the semifinals Friday night at 8 p.m. 31-4. Campbellsville, the top seed in their bracket, their season comes to an end at 31-3. Final thoughts before we sign off, Coach.
Wow, I tell you, just a lot of fundamental basketball played today. Unselfishness, and players picking their spots for Clarke to do what they do. They look like they had a lot of fun out there today, and as a team, a very solid team. Statement over number 2 nationally ranked Campbellsville.
Clarke shot 41% for the game. Campbellsville 27%. Both teams about 30% from beyond the arc. Clarke 21 of 25, 84% from the line. Campbellsville 15 of 22% from the free throw line. Let's go to the individual scores. Clarke, 5 players in double figures. They had 7 with 7 points or more. They were led by Emma Kelchin, 14 points, all in the second half. 4 players had 11 points each. Skylar Culberson, Nicole McDermott, Tyler Hasse, and Tina Ubel. For Campbellsville, they were led by Sarah Sutton with 9 points. Caitlin Wilkes had 8, and Elizabeth Bertram and Courtney Pritchett each had 7. Congratulations to both teams, to Clarke for advancing to their first ever national semifinal. They will play Friday night at 8 p.m. For Coach Nelson Wilson, this is Matt Boss signing off and wishing you all a pleasant good afternoon, everyone.